kills, get up and kill.
And now back to the Big Dumb Fun Show.
Well, somebody say something.
You guys are so stupid.
Why does it always have to be me that says in replay?
Welcome back to the Big Dumb Fun Show.
My mic's not on.
Your mic is on.
We should just all talk at the same time.
Over there behind the board
it
is
doesn't even have to make any sense. We just talk and keep going and
Chris is
going,
joining us in the studio.
ranting, all this chaos.
Rena also in studio with us
yes,
tonight.
we're just all here tonight. It's very, very, really cool. I mean, really.
What I wanted to talk about tonight was and I don't want to go too much on the debate, of which we did speak a little bit about the debate last week, and Gnurk did. I said on this very show, this debate could make or break Romney. He's super behind in the polls, and so if he has a good showing at this debate, that might be exactly what he needs.
Yeah, I think Barack had the most to lose.
And if I was Barack, I wouldn't say anything at all. Like, basically just
I killed Obama.
I killed Osama. And I would just let Mitt just talk himself into a corner. Like, that's what I would have hung back and say, hey, you just talk, and then and just let the fact checkers just tear him apart. That's what I would have done. Yeah.
But that didn't work well.
No, Mitt came out guns a-blazing, and Obama just stood there and took it. Like, he
did lay back.
Man, he fell asleep, I think, at one point in time. He started off with pulling the heartstrings with it's my 40th anniversary or some oh, come
They're
on.
Really
I should be actually
this.
at home with my wife tonight.
Both of them, this is one of the worst things I hate, and it comes up in debates more than any time, is when they go into, I was in Ohio and I spoke with a man that only had one arm and they called him Lucky, and he had a business, and he asked, how can you help me? And I said, I can do that. And then they'll go to Obama and be like, I was in Ohio and talking to this, and the lady with the baby came up, and the baby had been dead for 2 years, and said, is there anything you can do for my baby? And I said, yes, I can. It was, they always had that personal story. Like, I was over in Canton. I was in Denver. And the castle's out. And so,
you know what I'm tired of? I'm really tired of First Lady and Obama president, whatever.
Michelle.
I feel like all they're doing is they're always in the public eye, and they're trying to get on this magazine cover, and they're trying to get on this TV show, and they're too focused on their image in the marketing and the materialistic stuff that I never feel like he's doing anything president related.
Well, I think that's why they need to have term limits, 1 6-year term. That's why you're never spending any time trying to work on, getting reelected. All your whole focus is you got elected, you got 6 years, then boom, you're done.
What are you cutting 2 years off their possible, retirement benefits there for?
Yeah, well, they don't need it. They're
going to keep getting that money anyway.
Regardless, I think that's a good idea because all this time they're wasting on getting reelected.
The last year,
Mitt Romney is trying to become president. Obama is trying to get reelected. They're wasting time where they could help our economy and build our economy.
Well, you knew Romney. He's been running for president for years, basically. You knew he was going to be on his toes. He's got all of his talking points. He's got all the facts and figures in his head.
Well, he doesn't really have any facts or figures. It didn't actually really have a plan.
Well, he's ready. He was ready for battle. He was ready, and he came out swinging. And Obama just was like, oh. It's just like it was very odd, and I don't think there's one, even like MSNBC, like even the leftist stations, and magazines,
okay, even me,
even you,
all right, I was just like,
was
wow,
very disappointed. Like, it was so awkward.
He just wanted to lay back because whatever answer he gave, he's already in the safe zone. He's in the safe zone. He's got a lead. It's not a tremendous lead, but all he has to do is hold his position.
So he's up by 4 with 3 minutes left in the game, and he's got the ball.
He's just going to down it.
He's just got to kill
all he's got to do is down the ball. He wasn't expecting Obama to blitz, and he fumbles the snap.
Exactly.
That's kind of getting that sports relation there.
Yeah. See how I bring that back?
He wasn't expecting that.
On a side note, what I do appreciate is that both of them have been married long term, and they're all about this whole family. I do appreciate that, but that's what we've heard. We get it. move on to something more
Who's
important.
not going to be for the family? Come on.
I mean,
Like
we
somebody's
all.
going to come out and they're going to be running for president and go, you know what? I'm not really about that family.
Or-
It's
or
not
John
working for
McCain.
me.
My
But, I
wife's
mean-
a total B.
Yeah,
Yeah.
McCain was
Well,
divorced.
and they're not going to say that. They're not going to be like, oh, my wife and I don't get along. We love each other.
Gotta be-
And
wouldn't
I
it be-
remember when I first fell in love with you. Okay,
I would
cool.
vote. I would vote for Dangerfield. Like, boy, let me tell you
There
about
you
my
go.
wife. The first lady, she's a real. That would be great.
She
Like,
likes
you
to
do-
talk
you do
during
do that
sex.
very
She
well.
even called me one time when she was having it.
That is always funny.
she called me the other night from Capitol Hill. So yeah, it was.
So how do you
definitely
expect
a
this
poor
next
showing.
one to go then?
I think that this next one, Obama's going to be much more prepared.
47% this.
Oh, I heard they were
Except-
making fun of him.
Why don't we
'cause
open
he's
the
like,
plane windows, that sort of thing?
Yeah, he wasn't really taking shots at Romney for things that Romney had said.
well, everyone said it's because he didn't have his prompter. He didn't have his teleprompter.
Oh,
He
you know
didn't
what? That
to
is a
say.
good. That is
That's
a
what
good point.
Republicans
Yeah.
How would that
Well,
happen?
no. Yeah,
I know, but it was.
Listen, we're all too broke to be Republicans. I'm just letting you know. Regardless
True.
of what you are, we're all way too broke to be Republicans.
All I'm saying, it was just hilarious because
Bregman
everyone's.
likes to think of himself as a Republican.
I do not. I am totally independent. I'm totally independent. But
I'm
I
voting
did.
for Gary Johnson.
I did. We mentioned that too. I said without the prompter, because.
He doesn't think on his
this
feet.
is going to be Mitt's. He's going to have
he
the
is
advantage
no
there,
Bill
too.
Clinton. He is no Bill
He's
Clinton.
not a good speaker like Clinton was. Clinton
Yeah.
could talk his way out of a wet
Oh,
paper
come on.
bag. Like,
Clinton would have
What
stomped
are you talking
Romney's
about?
head
He
right there on
talked his
stage.
way into a couple wet paper bags.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. So yeah,
Under the
Clinton was
desk.
definitely a better speaker, but Obama not so much. He just the ahs and the ums was just and
It would have been fine if he would have thrown out some zingers. It would have been fine.
Oh, some jokes. Like throw out some
on.
jokes there. That'd been great. And I think the Big Bird thing was hilarious and also a little blown out of proportion. But
like
he
you
basically just said, "I don't want to pay for PBS," and that's the one thing where I'm like, I don't know why the government's paying for PBS either. Isn't it public broadcasting? Shouldn't the public
Shouldn't
pay
we
for
just
it?
be should be off donations?
Yeah, and so I asked.
But $25 million
there was
isn't going
this-
to balance the budget either.
True, but you got to start somewhere. You know,
Yeah,
you got to.
no,
but
absolutely.
Well, let's start there because, big corporate media is going so well for everybody. So let's just go ahead and take an axe to what could be the only bastion of public programming.
well, then let the public pay for it.
I completely agree, Aaron.
Let
Like
the
public-
public pay for it.
Wait a second.
I asked somebody
We
else.
are. Do you know
Hold
whose
on.
money that is?
Yeah, that's our
That's
money.
my money.
It's my money paying for that.
Okay.
That's why they get money from the
Then-
government. Who does the government
Okay,
get their
so let's
money
just
from?
say the
Us.
government doesn't
Well,
pay.
not me, but
the government.
you.
Let's just say the government
maybe
doesn't
Rena.
pay. The government
pay.
doesn't
The
government
pay.
does pay.
And so, let's just say they don't. Let's just say, okay, we're not gonna pay PBS.
then they have to get, like,
Are you gonna go in and be like, oh, I want the tote bag. I'm gonna donate to PBS.
I do
You're not gonna donate to PBS. Like, put some programming on there worthwhile.
I'm
Maybe we'll
broke.
donate
That's
for it.
why I'm a freaking liberal.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was very interesting. I don't think it was an
don't care
assault on
anymore.
Big Bird.
Who are we voting for? Can we
can
just throw that out there?
Can we say that the moderator?
Nobody?
Can we say that the moderator needs to go?
Oh my God! What's his name? Jim Lehrer?
Yeah.
Oh my.
That's a
God.
PBS product.
I thought
there, too.
I thought he fell asleep twice.
I think my water bottle can do more than the president.